Well, some of you might be aware that last week I was back on QVC for one day, and I want to talk to you about my day back at QVC in your morning cup of inspiration. I had received a call about a week and a half ago from a gentleman who I knew when I was a host. He brought a lot of NFL products into QVC from a company named G3, and he said, Dan, would you consider coming back for one day as our guest expert for some NFL items? And I thought about it, and I called him back, and I said, okay. And I said, it'll be fun, and I can go back for one day, and I can do this, although it was a grueling day. I flew right into Philadelphia, got in the middle of the afternoon, ran over to QVC, did a quick rehearsal, back to the hotel, and then back in that night for the midnight kickoff, and then I was there all the next day. But I got to work with my dear friends, Rick Domeyer, Mary Beth Rowe, and so many others. I saw people from the control room, the studio, people that worked in the office, or office land as we used to call it, and it was a great time, great reunion. But I've seen a lot of things online, and I'm flattered that a lot of you and a lot of people on other sites said, wow, please come back, please be a full-time host. And the answer to that question of if I will or not is definitely no. I am full-time in Fearless Faith. This is what God has called me to do now. That was my past life, and it was great. And QVC was wonderful to me, and so were all the people there. I was told when I left that I could come back whenever I wanted, and then I was asked, how often would you want to do that? And I said, a couple times a year maximum. So just so you know, I'm into Fearless Faith. This is the ministry. God definitely called me to do this. And I'm so glad to be able to do this every day because it puts things in perspective. You know, I know so many people who have plenty of money, but they're still working so hard, wanting to make just a little more. And that's like a hamster's wheel. And they need to get off it and really do what they feel they're called to do. Because, you know, Brian, Terry, and I, we don't take a dime from this ministry. So it's not something we do for money at all, but we do it because we know how important it is. Nothing is more important. And I want to read from you in Matthew chapter 16, just a few verses. Verse 26 says, what good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world yet forfeits his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man is going to come in his Father's glory with his angels, and then he will reward each person according to what he has done. That's what we're striving for. That's the goal, to hear the Lord say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Lord, I pray for every person listening. Help them to find their true calling, and help us all to be busy working for you, because one day that's all that will matter. I ask it in thy name. Amen. Well, God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon for another Morning Cup of Inspiration.